Hello everyone, it is Lucy here and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'm doing another part of our Planet Coaster. I'm redoing the pirate area in our park. I did place down some pirate buildings in this area and I just really wanted to go in and kind of clean it up and make it look a little bit better than it is. I don't technically think that this area is completed yet, which I don't think any of the areas really in the park are completed. That's why I'm kind of going around and redoing some things so that I can make more room, we can add more things, and as we go. So I really wanted to just kind of redo this area because it was kind of all misjumbled and just buildings placed wherever. So I wanted to make it more of like a set, this is what this area is going to be. So I think I accomplished that in the end, but like I said, I don't really think that it is completely done or completed. So I ended up moving the roller coaster as well. As you see here, I moved it back a little bit, but I will add it back to the park eventually. I just really wanted to make enough room so that I could place the things down that I wanted, place them where I wanted to place them as well. I did end up finding the pirate ship, so that's really awesome. That's in our park now. That's a ride, and I think it's really fitting for this area. I also put in a huge roller coaster. I did change the coloring on it because right now it's really bright and vibrant, and this area is a little bit more like muted tones. So there's whites and blues and browns. So that's what I wanted to do, and I changed the color towards the end. So just recoloring it a little bit so it kind of ties in with this area. All the buildings are kind of like those muted tones as well because they're pirate themed, so that's what I wanted to do. But I really love this area right here, like this entrance. This is an area where you can eat, so the guests can kind of go in, grab some food, and then come into the area if they want to. I did set up a huge area of picnic tables for guests as well. I made sure that there are plenty of trash bins around, so hopefully they will use them. I do have a lot of problems with my guests in my park using them, so hopefully they will. It just creates a lot of trash and all of that around the park, so hopefully they will use them. I have a lot of eating places in this area as well. Right now I'm just trying to get the layout. I'm trying to get where I want things to be, where I want things to be placed. I ended up actually moving the log flume over into this area too, which you'll see as well. I just feel like that log flume ride is probably more fitting for this area because right now it's kind of off to the side and in, I don't know, just a random area that I haven't really, redone yet. So I ended up moving it closer to this area. I feel like it just goes a little bit more with this theme, like water, pirates, log, flume. I don't know. They're not really boats, but it's okay. And then just creating this little pirate area so kids can come in and kind of see this, these pirates have been shipwrecked and they're just hanging out and looking around. And I didn't realize, but these figurine type things, they come to life. So it's kind of cool. I was seeing them in the end cinematic screenshots. They were kind of looking around and moving around. So I don't know, it just really looked cool to me. But like I said, this area is really more of like a shipwreck. So the story is just these pirates got shipwrecked here and they're just kind of hanging out and looking around. What really bummed me out was that I couldn't get sand terrain. For some reason, I wanted some sand patches here and there throughout this area, and I wanted this whole area where the pirates are to be just sand, so it looks like they are actually on a beach stranded, but I couldn't get the terrain paint, so I don't know. There's just rock, grass, I think, and that's all I have really. So for some reason, I just don't have the sand terrain paint, which is a bummer. I don't know if maybe that's like in another pack that I don't have, another DLC pack. There are tons of DLCs out there, so I don't know if I just don't have that pack or that particular pack, but I only have like the base game and then I think the spooky pack that came that has been out. So I don't know if maybe like the sand terrain is just in a different pack. I don't know, but as of right now I don't have it, so they are currently just sitting on grass which is kind of a bummer. It would have really tied this it would have really tied this part in if I had some sand, but it's okay. And then I'm just adding in a lot of fences around. I thought this fence was kind of cool. I don't really know if it's necessarily like pirate themed, but it kind of looked like it to me. So I ended up putting this around this perimeter in this area. I just kind of had this just vision that there's just pirates kind of created little huts and they're just hanging out and you know, just chilling. So that's what I decided to do. And then also just adding in, you know, the fencing, I think just because in parks that I've been at, you know, little mechanical, you know, figures that are alive, they do usually put like a fence around it so that you can't touch them, or, you know, because they can break. So I thought that would be a little bit more realistic, that they're just kind of surrounded by this fence. So that way there you can't touch, you can just look and you can kind of see the scenery. So that's what I was trying to create there. It kind of makes it look a little bit more realistic as well, like you're actually in a park. And then just adding in some palm trees around, just because a lot of well, that scenery that ties in with the eating place, that's kind of our entrance. They have a lot of, well, they have some palm trees that are in there too. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to just tie in that so it kind of looks like it's part of this area. So that's what I was trying to do there. Adding in these little flower pots as well. And then, like I said, I added in some, you know, trash bins and things like that, because I don't know, I just feel like whenever I put in eating places into a zone, it just creates a lot of trash because the guests tend to litter and they tend to not use the trash bin. So I'm placing in a ton to see if that helps. A lot of this area does have some trash bins in it. I did create a huge picnic area, as well as put in some more like eating places. I was trying to find a restaurant on the workshop in Steam that would have like a pirate themed restaurant, but I couldn't find anything. So I don't really know. Nothing really worked for me. So I ended just placing some like already pre-made in-game eating places that have like the theme that I wanted. So I placed those in instead. But I really wanted like a pirate themed restaurant, but I just couldn't find anything that would fit in this area. So I just, you know, I'll keep looking and see if I can find anything. But here is the area where there's like all of these picnic tables surrounding it. There are some places where you can eat food and you can you know, hang out, and hopefully they will, like I said, throw their trash away so they don't bring it through the whole park. But this is like a huge picnic area. I just lined tables up and also put in some umbrellas as well, but they're pirate themed, so they're kind of cool. And I put those in so that way there the guests could be kind of blocked from the sun a little bit. Although I think our biome is pretty good weather-wise. I don't think it's like really hot or, you know, really cold either. I think it's kind of a good mix in between, especially like when you get into those summer months and like spring months and all of that. So that's what I, you know, think about this biome, that I think it would be okay. It's not going to be too hot for the guests to sit outside and eat. But like, I really am going to try to find a restaurant that's going to fit in this area, because I think a restaurant would be good too. And then I could take out some of the vending areas if I want to. Really struggling here. I didn't really know what to do for landscaping. I was just kind of struggling with ideas, but in the end it came out, you know, pretty good at the end. I just kind of, you know, placed a few bushes here and there, placed in some barrels that have flowers in them here, as you see. And then I also added a fence kind of around just this area. I don't think I did that on the other area. Adding in some torches as well, because that's going to give off our light for this area. So I added those in, and it actually looks really nice. In the end cinematic screenshots that you'll see, there is a sunset, and this area is kind of in front of the sunset, and it just looks so pretty with all of the pirate themed buildings and, you know, the lanterns and things like that. It just looks really good, because some of the pirate themed buildings have little lanterns outside of them. I think there was like one eating place, the Cosmic Cow, that has them, and it just looks really pretty at nighttime. I was going to take that out and just wait for it to be daytime so that you guys could see it in light. But as the cinematic screenshots were going, the sun started setting, and I just thought, I don't know, I just wanted to keep that in there, because I rarely play it at night in the game. so that's really seen. But this area is pretty illuminated with light, which is really good. I was trying to do that because I know I have a really hard time, even in Planet Zoo, like putting some lights in, because I never play at night. So I only play during the day in the game. If it's nighttime, I just wait for it to be the daytime and then play, just because I just don't like how dark it is. And I think, putting in more lights obviously will help, but I don't think that they give off enough light. But I don't know, this area looks really pretty at nighttime, so I may play, start playing at night when we get back into just doing regular parts of the park. But right now, like I said, it's going to be a few parts where I'm just going to kind of go in and do like little speed builds of areas, just so I can get the layout down and what I want the park to look like. Because I think that's important. I think that especially where we are in sandbox mode, I really want to play around with the different scenery, with the different items that comes with the game. So I just want to get a little bit more familiar with the items. So that way there, if I do go back to one of like the challenge modes or the career modes, I know what I'm doing and I know what I need to do. So that's what I really am trying to strive for, especially in this game, because I'm not super familiar with that, which I've said that before. But adding in another pirate little figure there. This one I didn't block with fencing. I just left it open. I may go in and like block it with fencing, but this area I didn't really know what to do. So I just placed in some, scenery items, and then I can always go back and just kind of redo it later. But adding in a lot of benches, because I feel like, I don't know, guests really need places to just like sit and hang out, because your feet get really tired when you're going through these like massive parks. And my park's not huge or massive or anything like that, but when you are going through those types of parks, it's really nice to have areas where you can just kind of sit and your kids are off, doing, rides or things like that. And you can just kind of sit in one space and where they are, and just watch them on the ride. So I just tried to keep that in mind. And then also here, as you see, I am moving the log flume kind of over. I really like this ship, but I think what I want to do is I want to build like a little moat around it with water. So that way there it kind of looks like it's on an island or something. I don't know. Because I don't know, or I could build like a little pond area and put the ship in it, I think. I don't know if it will work though, because some items will give me like red when they are too close to things, so I don't know if it really works being in water, but I could try doing that. But right now I just added it into the zone, and then I can kind of figure out what I want to do with it later. I think it looks really nice behind those eating places because you can't really see what it's sitting on unless you look really closely. So hopefully that will work out okay for right now. Here I'm showing you like this is where the picnic tables are with all of the umbrellas that are going on top of it. They're pirate themed, like I said. I think they're so cute and they're so adorable, and they go with this theme and this area so well. Really impressive. So I saw those in the scenery items and I just took them out, put them in, and I was like, okay, I'm going to use these eventually, but just like, a little bit later when I was building. So whenever I find something like that, whenever I find something that I really want to use, I do this in The Sims too. Like I'll just place it somewhere and then I will go back to it later and work it into the scenery. Here I was really trying to make this work, but it really wasn't working. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's something that the game built, but I don't know, in the end I just couldn't I was like, I don't even know how to do these paths, so I took it out and I was like, you know what, we have a lot of eating places, so I don't really think we need that. That was just more like Cosmic Cows and I think the burger place and all of that, so I just really didn't need it. But here I'm adding in some more scenery items. There was this really cool like stage where the pirates are playing instruments, and I just thought, oh my gosh, that is so cute. And they actually do. There are another thing that will come alive once you see the cinematic screenshots and they're actually playing the instruments and stuff, and I thought that would be kind of cute over where the eating place was. And then I was like, oh, that's a really cool fountain. So I use it a little bit later. And then just adding in some more like scenery items, just really trying to tie in the environment to be this theme. But I think I'm going to be ending the talking portion right here. I hope you stay tuned to the very end. There is just a look at what the area looks like in real time. So I hope you stay to the very end for that. But like I said, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. And I will talk to you all very soon.